What's up, guys? I wanted to talk a little bit about my fitness journey, my health journey, how I learned and why I learned to train according to my hormonal cycles, and why I think it helps women a lot knowing how to train according to your hormonal cycles. If I didn't learn how my hormonal cycles work, then I probably would have quit on my fitness journey a long time ago, especially now being closer to 30. Hormones definitely feel a lot more intense than they did in my early 20s. So a little bit about just hormonal cycles and the symptoms. So because of the symptoms is why I say I probably would have quit a long time ago. We as women have hormonal cycles, and we have 4 different cycles. We have 2 cycles out of our 4-week cycle. Symptoms that I think affect women in the gym or in their fitness journey would be fatigue, exhaustion, in their fitness journey, also in their eating. I would say also the cravings that we get. And then if you're anything like me, also when I'm on my menstrual cycle, I tend to get nausea. So for example, when I'm on a calorie surplus and I need to eat a lot, it is so hard to eat when you have nausea for that week. So yeah, learning how to incorporate your cycles into your fitness journey is super important. There's days where, actually I should say weeks, where you will feel very strong, and then there are weeks where you will feel very weak. So this is where it's very important to learn your body. It's important to also discern how to treat your body and listen to your body. One of the reasons why I learned so much about hormones is because I actually was diagnosed with an autoimmune deficiency, and it was a hormonal deficiency. So my body wasn't producing the hormones that it naturally needs. So at like 20, I think I was like 24, 25 years old, I was told that I would have to be on medication for the rest of my life. And that was very tough because I was so young. I never had a history of health problems before, and my family didn't either. So I was definitely the first person in my family to actually get any type of like infirmity, any sickness, and I was so young. So what had happened was I had started my fitness journey about a year and a half before I got diagnosed, and I was doing really well. I had such great energy in my early 20s that I was like a gym rat, but I didn't even take any pre-workout. I wouldn't drink any caffeine. Like I would just fuel my body naturally with food, and I was good. But then suddenly I started feeling very tired, and I couldn't breathe, and my muscles and joints and everything started hurting. My moods started changing. I did get into very deep depression due to the hormonal deficiency, and also really bad anxiety. I actually used to get anxiety attacks every single day for probably a time period of about like 6 to 8 months. So I got so sick to the point where like the doctor had to pull me out of work because I just wasn't a functioning adult anymore. The hormonal deficiency was just really taking a toll on my body. I remember not being able to do normal things, like not get out of bed, but I couldn't brush my teeth because literally like it would hurt so bad to like brush my teeth, brush my hair, all these things, right? And so then finally I went to the doctors, and after seeing tons and tons of doctors, that's when they realized I did have an autoimmune disease. I had a hormonal deficiency. It was causing a massive amounts of symptoms. I can't even express the bunch of different symptoms that my body was enduring, and it was just really bad. Like I said, I couldn't even go to work. Like, I couldn't even drive, because as soon as I would drive in the car, I would literally fall asleep. Like, I literally would have to pull over and like go to sleep, because my body would literally just be like, I'm tired, boom, like knock out. And so yeah, I had really bad pains. I think that was one of the worst things. And so then when I first started my fitness journey, I went on a weight gain journey, because naturally I'm very thin and I wanted to gain weight. So I gained weight through weightlifting and being on a calorie surplus. Started feeling sick. I gained maybe 50 pounds, which I don't recommend this for everybody, but I was very young, so my body was able to handle it at that time. I gained 50 pounds in less than a year in my first year in fitness. And then once I was diagnosed, I think like 4 or 5 months in, I was pretty much down to like where I started the year before, or the year and a half before. So I lost about 40 to 50 pounds in just like a couple of months. The hormonal deficiency also started messing with my digestive system. So I would eat anything, and literally the nausea was so bad, I would just throw up everything. And so obviously this is how important hormones are to the woman's body. Like, having a hormone balance is super important. Obviously mine was like 10 times. It was like extreme, because I wasn't just at a hormonal imbalance. It was more of a hormonal deficiency. My body wasn't producing specific hormones that a woman body needs. And so yeah, that's where I started my journey. I learned so much about nutrition. I learned so much about training. So originally I was strength training, like I mentioned, but with everything going on in my body, I couldn't strength train anymore. It was too painful. Therefore, that's where I picked up like stretching, dynamic warm-ups, dynamic exercises, and also mobility, which helped so much. And yeah, I got on medication. It helped out a little bit. And then I also learned the nutritional aspect. I learned what was causing what I was eating to cause like my muscles to pretty much flare up, causing pain in like my muscles, my joints, anything like causing inflammation. So I learned a lot about the nutritional aspect and about hormones. And that is just a little bit about why I might be a little obsessed with hormones, and why I think it's so important to spread the message to women about learning how our bodies work and how we were just biologically created. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit tips that I've learned throughout the years, and I implement now with just myself, but like with all my clients. So we have 4 cycles. We have 4 hormonal cycles. So they are obviously our menstrual cycle. We have our follicular cycle, our ovulation cycle, and then we have our luteal cycle. Those 4 cycles are divided into 2 phases. And this is what I tell all my girls, all my clients that are women. I tell them, okay, so technically we have a good week, and then we have a very good week, and then we have a bad week, and then we have a very bad week in our cycles. Our cycles run anywhere from like 28 days to 32 days. Everybody is different. So for me, the bad week and the very bad week ranges between our luteal cycle and our menstrual cycle. These days we are PMSing, we are it's funny, but we are like a little bit more irritable. We tend to have a little bit more cravings. We're exhausted. So during these days, I recommend women to not just sleep 8 hours, but if you can sleep anywhere from 8 to 10 hours a day, that is perfect. Don't feel bad for resting. And don't feel bad when you don't feel like you have enough, you don't have energy compared to men. Like, don't compare yourself to a man, because we are built completely different. Men are a lot more linear than we are in our biology. So yeah, you will feel tired these days. I like to tell women to treat themselves almost like they're sick during these days. So feed yourself, treat yourself as if you were if you had a flu or a cold. What do? You make sure that you're eating enough. You make sure that you're hydrating enough. You make sure that you're sleeping enough. Also, during your menstrual cycle, you're burning more calories naturally. So make sure you eat. Don't be afraid to eat. Make sure you're fueling your body. You need it. Your body needs it. Your body is asking for it. Also, on these days, don't expect to be the strongest in the gym. Don't expect to hit PRs. You might be a little more tired. I get a little bit out of breath. Those days I can't even catch up on my breath. So how do I train according to these days? I do mobility, I stretch, I walk. If I do want to lift, I drop down the weight to almost nothing. Sometimes I just do body weight. Sometimes I don't even do any functional strength training or anything like that. Just listen to your body. But you can listen to your body by still moving your body. There will be days, for example, myself, sometimes on the first day of my menstrual cycle, I literally feel like I've been ran over by a truck. If I have a scheduled workout that day, guess what? I might not go in. I might just sleep that day, and I might just make myself some soup and some teas and give myself baths for that day. It's okay. Don't feel bad. But on the other days that you can push yourself a little bit to train, just listen to your body, but still move your body. And then just adapt to different workout styles. Before I used to just strength train, but now I like to, on these days now, I tend to do more mobility exercises. Again, still moving my body. Now, you have your ovulation cycle, which is when women tend to get a little kick of testosterone, which is crazy because men get testosterone every single day and we only get a kick of testosterone once a month, which is wild. But hey, it is what it is. That's just our bodies. That's how we were created. So these days, girls, go ham in the gym, hit PRs, lift as heavy as you can. I don't know, on the days too. Another thing that I do, going back to the other cycles, your menstrual and your luteal cycle, that you might feel tired. I help myself. If I'm gonna go to the gym, best believe I'm gonna maybe have a little bit of coffee. I'm gonna probably get some pre-workout in my system just to help me through my workout. I don't recommend it for everybody. Take it at your own discretion, but that's something that I do to kind of help me get through those days in the gym. Now, back to the ovulation cycle. Girls, this is when we feel the best. Just train hard and just go hard, lift heavy. I'm not saying don't do mobility. I'm not saying don't do your dynamic workouts. Absolutely, but just kill it in the gym. Just do it. These are days where I'm doing compound lifts. Also, if I want to, I'll do some hardcore cardio or some HIIT style workouts. I just have so much fun. Obviously there's so many different workout styles. Those are just my preferable workout styles. I love strength training. So this is where I really, really, really plan to just go crazy in the gym. And it's so much fun. These are the days where you can kind of impress yourself and push past your limits. So yeah, that's a little bit about how to train with your hormonal cycles. I would love to get more specific and maybe in the future just even take you guys through a workout of me in my ovulation cycle and a workout of me maybe in my menstrual cycle or my luteal cycle. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any more questions, go ahead and click the link down below. Bye.